So this YouTube channel has made over $52,000 in just under 4 months, and I'm going to be showing you in this video exactly how I did it and how you guys can do it as well. I'm also going to be taking you guys through how to get into the right niche, what niche suits you the most, how to find your video ideas and how to script your videos, how I actually make the AI animated videos, and also how I package all my videos. And just for peace of mind, so you guys know I'm not lying or anything, I can just go ahead and refresh the page here, and as you can see, yeah, I'm not lying, so there's full proof there. And honestly, I'm just going to go ahead and we're going to jump straight into how I actually go ahead and find a good niche and how I find good ideas. Now, right now, the most easiest and most rewarding niche right now is the 2D animation niche, which is videos sort of like this. So it's kind of like your life as blank, and it's basically a video going through a perspective of pretty much someone else's life. And although this content is kind of new, it may seem like a trend, but it's actually very evergreen content. Like, people are going to be watching these videos in years to come. Like, these videos are going to keep growing forever. So if I just come to YouTube here and I just search up your life as a, and then look, you'll see loads of videos will come up just like this. And you can see this one here has done really well. 1 million views 4 months ago. Your life has every rank on the FBI most wanted list. Like, videos like that is what's really going to intrigue people. And yes, YouTube is a copying game, so you can go ahead and copy this idea and make it very similar. So what I would do is, if I was to take this video idea, I could take this exact concept, but instead I could do something like your life as every rank as a cartel member, or the most wanted cartel member, or something along the lines of that. And honestly, one thing you can do is you can take an idea like this and you can plug it into ChatGPT or Claude, and you can say, hey, make me loads of video ideas based on this topic, or find me a video idea that's very similar to this idea. And that's honestly how I found a lot of my ideas. But realistically, all you're going to want to do is take something that's already working. So for example, I'm actually really struggling to find a flop here, but let's say there's a video you come across that's done really bad. You're just going to want to avoid that at all costs. Like, you don't want to copy an idea that's not worked, because chances are it's not going to work for you as well. But if someone has got a very viral idea and the idea's done very well, then chances are it's going to do well for you. And that's just how YouTube works. Like, it's a copying game. But if you want to get an absolute banger idea, you're going to want to copy someone's idea, but just change it ever so slightly, just like I said. And that's why plugging your idea into ChatGPT, getting it to adjust things, is also a very good idea. And you also need to use your own common sense sometimes. Like, you need to think in your head, like, okay, will someone actually want to see this idea? Like, is this idea actually interesting? And now what I would also do as well, like, just to find out if it's definitely a good idea, I could search up like even video ideas around the topic I said about the cartel stuff. I could just search up like cartel, like most wanted, and I can just go through and see if these videos actually do well. And I'm already seeing these videos are already pulling millions of views. Like this one here, the most wanted people in history explained, and there's just a bunch of cartel members on there by the looks of it, I think. At the FBI's most wanted explained, the hunt for Europe's most wanted criminal. So you could even do a video like your life as Europe's most wanted criminal, or something along the lines of that, because there's already proof of concept of that idea already working, and you're just moving that into the your life kind of concept. But you know what, for the sake of this video, I'm actually going to go ahead and we're going to do this idea of your life as the most wanted cartel member. And now I'm going to take you through the scripting, the AI animation videos, and the packaging, all with this video idea, so you can see exactly how I do this. So yeah, make sure you guys stick towards the end, because I really do feel like this information I'm going to be giving you is going to be very valuable. You're going to learn a lot here, so just pay attention and keep listening. So for the next step, you're going to want to go to Google and just search up Click Mac Studio, and then just go ahead, click the first link that pops up. Should look like this. And this is the platform we're going to be using to do our scripting, our videos, and thumbnails. Like, everything now from onwards is going to be done with this software. So for my script, we're going to go ahead and we're going to come to the chat agent tool here, and then I'm going to type in something like, can you create me a script with my video idea, your life as every most wanted cartel member? Go through what the life is actually like from these cartel members' POVs. And honestly, this prompt seems so simple, but no one's even going to know it's AI from this site. The scripts and everything will come out very clean. I'll show you this in just a second. But yeah, you can go ahead, you can change your length, you can do hours, you can do 1 second if you want to. I don't know why you'd want to do that, but yeah, just for the sake of this video, we're just going to go ahead, we'll just do something nice and short, like 2 minutes. And yeah, all you're going to do now is just press send. And now it's going to ask you, what do you want your scripting style to be like? So do you want comedy, informational, fast-paced, documentary, professional, conversational, business breakdown, or serious? And for this, I like to go for comedy. fast-paced, and informational. I've personally got the best scripts out of all these three options here, so I think this suits this format the best. So I'm going to go ahead and continue. Now it's going to go ahead and write my script, and it shouldn't really take too long. And okay, there we go. We've now got the entire script just like that. And now you've got your script, you can go through, you can read it, you can change anything if you want to. But let's say we're happy with the script. I mean, I'm sure it's going to be good. You can just go ahead here, click AI voice right here, and then you're going to want to go through and find a voice that's going to suit your video the most. Now, a lot of these voices on here sound very realistic. So for an example, we've got this one right here.
An honorable life is woven from threads of compassion and courage.
Like, it just sounds very realistic. It doesn't sound like very energetic or anything, but it just sounds more human. And we've got a lot of good voices on here, like such as this one's quite good as well.
And speaking of doing things you're not supposed to do, we have to talk about one of...
They're honestly just the best voices. They don't really sound AI or nothing. So yeah, let's just go ahead and let's generate with this voice right here. And now all you're going to want to do is just press add to timeline. And there we go. Your video is now added to the timeline. So if I press play...
Ever dreamed of the cartel life? You know, the private jets, the mansions, the stacks of cash, the seemingly endless power? Well, buckle up, because that Hollywood fantasy is about to get a fast pace.
So yeah, it doesn't even sound AI at all, I would say. This is something that I would actually write. And that's pretty much how this tool has been designed, because a lot of people find it really easy these days to point out what's AI and what isn't. So I think it's very important you do use a good tool that can help you with that. But now we've got the scripting out the way. Now we're going to move on to how I go ahead and I make my AI animation videos. So the first step would be to go to the image tab right here. And now you're going to want to generate the first image for your scene that later we're going to turn into a video. And one thing I recommend you do as well is go onto YouTube and actually find the art style that you're actually looking for. So if I go back to that video, the Your Life as the Most Wanted, and you're going to want to go ahead, and what I like to do is I like to screenshot the style from the video so then I can kind of replicate something similar. So what we could do here, I could just go ahead and I can screenshot this entire scene just like this, just for reference. And then what I can do is drag it straight into here. And then you're just going to want to really think about what you want your first scene to be. You're going to want to have something good for the hook. So my opening line is,
ever dreamed of the cartel life?
So what I could do is I could try and have a scene maybe where there's like a truck with loads of cartel members with AKs. That's the kind of vibe I'm thinking. So I could go ahead and I could type down here, create me an image similar style to this image I have uploaded. Can we have a shot with a bunch of cartel members in a red truck with AK-47s aiming them out the window? And there we go, just like that. I'm now going to go ahead and generate this first scene. You can also generate multiple different images and then you can choose which image you prefer the most. But I'm just going to go with one. I trust it's going to be good. So let's go ahead now and let's click generate. We've now got our image of the first scene, and you can always go ahead and you can like adjust it however you want to. So for an example, this was the first shot, which might actually be better, but I kind of wanted to stay on brand a little bit with these like white faces, as that's kind of the style we're going for. But you can also add bandanas to them, or you could change the art style, or whatever you want to do. You can go ahead, and the possibilities are pretty much endless. All you need to do is just screenshot the style you want and it will be able to replicate something similar. But the more reference images you add, the better output you are going to get. So if I was to make this even better for next time, I would definitely add more reference images, or find an image that's a similar vibe to the image I'm trying to recreate pretty much. But now, moving on to actually creating it and turning it into a video, you're going to want to go ahead onto the video tab right here. And then you can select a video model here. We got Google Veo 3, we got Kling 3.0. But honestly, I think the best for this might be Kling 2.6. I mean, you can go ahead and experiment, but I normally like to use Kling 2.6. I think it's very good. And then all we're going to want to do is drag the image right into the start frame, just like that. Now you're going to want to explain how you want the video to kind of play out. So I could type something like, can we have a shot of these cartel members driving down the forest, pointing guns out the window, getting ready to fire. Now we're going to go ahead and generate, and we're going to see what kind of video we get back. So hopefully it's good. Okay, and the video is now generated, and I'm going to go ahead and play this just to show you guys, you know, what it can kind of do.
Ever dreamed of the cartel life? You know, the private jets, the mansions, the stacks of...
So yeah, that's an example there of basically how to actually go ahead and animate your video. But one thing I would recommend here, so what I would do here is I'll play.
Ever dreamed of the cartel life?
And then what we could do is we could trim that bit right there. And then when it says,
you know, the private jets, the mansions,
the private jets, the mansions, we can basically have like a multi-shot video of like a private jet, and then a mansion. And if I'm honest, you don't need to use videos across the entire duration of the video. You can also use images. And honestly, the possibilities are pretty much endless with the videos. Like anything I basically tell it to do, it will go ahead and do. So if I want them to start jumping out the car and shooting their weapons, I can, you know, prompt it in and it can go and do that. The possibilities are pretty much endless. And now for the thumbnail, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take this previous thumbnail from the most wanted FBI video. We can go ahead, we can copy image, and I'm going to experiment and I'm going to try a prompt that says something along the lines of, can you recreate this thumbnail, but instead make everything cartel related for my video titled The Most Wanted Cartel Members. Honestly, I'm just going to generate and we're going to see how this does. This is such a simple prompt, but the things this thumbnail generator can do is pretty much crazy. The possibilities are endless. This is just a really quick prompt, but you can go into more depth on, you know, how you want the scene to be changed, what images you want, and honestly, like I said earlier, the more reference images you do give, the better your output will be. And okay, I'm actually really surprised how well it's done. Like even the detail on the TV, like, you know, it's even got the cartel there. It's got all the cartel most wanted on the board right here. And honestly, this is actually very good. Now, you don't have to replicate this style like one-to-one. You can go and find other thumbnail concepts and try and recreate them. And like I said, you don't have to copy the exact thumbnail, but honestly, YouTube is a copying game now to where you can copy thumbnails that have already worked before. Throughout my entire YouTube career, I feel like all I've done is copy. I've copied working concepts. I've just changed them into my sort of style, my video idea, and it's worked every time. But with this thumbnail tool, you don't need to go ahead and copy someone like one-to-one. You can go ahead, recreate your own scene if you do have a better thumbnail idea. But that was just a quick example of like, you know, what you could do with such a simple prompt. But of course, because it is very similar to the original, there's a lot of things you can change about it. Like you can say, make everything mirrored. So you can have everything in the, you know, the right hand, like the sheet of paper in the right hand. You could change the colors of the walls, the lighting, you know, the cell phone, the entire like just vibe of the thumbnail. You can change. But honestly, low-key, this is kind of looking better than the original. But yeah, I'll let you guys decide that. And yeah, that's pretty much all the steps on how to get a viral video with YouTube automation. All I did was break down exactly how I make my videos and what I do. So yeah, apply this into your niche, apply this into what you're doing. I just see it as if it's worked for me, it's going to work for you too. There's nothing special I'm really doing here. I'm not a really tech-savvy person or nothing. But yeah, I hope this has helped. If you got any questions, just comment them down below. I'll try my best to respond to all of them. And yeah, hope you found this useful.